They said this place was built to heal the mind, but what it actually did was erase people. In the quiet town of Weston, West Virginia, there stands a massive stone building stretching almost a quarter-mile long. At first glance, it looks like a castle, beautiful, grand, almost peaceful. But for over a century, this building swallowed thousands of lives. Not through war, not through crime, but through something far worse: neglect, cruelty, and silence. This is the true story of the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, and why many believe it was never truly abandoned. Construction began in 1858. The idea sounded noble. America was struggling to understand mental illness. People who suffered from depression, anxiety, trauma, epilepsy, even women who simply refused to obey their husbands were labeled insane. The solution? Remove them from society, hide them. The asylum was designed to hold 250 patients. Each would receive fresh air, sunlight, and care. But that vision died quickly. By the early 1900s, the asylum housed over 2,400 patients, 10 times its intended capacity. Rooms meant for 2 people held 20. Patients slept on floors, in hallways, sometimes chained to walls. Privacy disappeared. Dignity followed. Treatment methods were brutal: ice-cold baths, bloodletting, electric shock therapy. Doctors believed pain could force the mind back into order. Many patients weren't mentally ill at all. Some were immigrants who didn't speak English. Some were children with learning disabilities. Some were women diagnosed with hysteria for being outspoken. Once inside, leaving was rare. Food shortages became constant. Patients grew thin. Diseases spread. Tuberculosis, influenza, pneumonia. Death became routine. But instead of funerals, bodies were quietly buried in unmarked graves behind the asylum. Families were rarely informed. Records disappeared. People vanished without explanation. During World War II, conditions worsened. Funding vanished. Staff numbers dropped. Patients were left unattended for days. Violence broke out. Some patients attacked others. Some attacked themselves. Others simply sat in silence, staring at walls for years. Doctors later admitted many patients died not from illness, but from neglect. By the 1950s, journalists began exposing the truth. Photos leaked, images of naked patients, filthy rooms, human beings treated like animals. Public outrage exploded. In 1994, the asylum finally closed. Officials claimed it was empty, but former workers say otherwise. They say not everyone left. Soon after closure, reports began surfacing. Security guards quitting without notice, contractors refusing to return. One guard claimed he heard voices calling his name from locked wards. Another reported seeing a figure standing at the end of a hallway that vanished when approached. Paranormal investigators later recorded EVP voices, whispers saying things like, "Help me," and "Get out." In the children's ward, small handprints appeared on dusty walls at adult height. In the surgical room, equipment reportedly moves on its own. Doors slam, footsteps echo, even when the building is empty. One investigator described an experience that still haunts him. While filming alone, his camera suddenly shut off. Moments later, he felt pressure around his neck, as if invisible hands were choking him. When he escaped the room, red marks appeared on his skin. There was no one else inside. Some believe the spirits aren't angry. They're confused, trapped in a place where time stopped. Others believe something darker remains. Not ghosts, but emotional residue. Pain soaked into stone.
suffering embedded into walls, a building that remembers everything. Today, parts of the asylum are open for tours, but visitors report something chilling. Phones lose battery instantly, cameras malfunction, people feel dizzy, nauseous, watched. Many leave early. Some refuse to speak about what they experienced. There's one wing that remains closed to the public. Officials claim it's unsafe, but former employees say something else. They say sounds still come from inside, at night when no one should be there. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum was meant to cure the mind. Instead, it broke thousands. And while its doors may be locked, many believe its past is still awake, because some places don't just hold history, they hold memories, and memories never leave. If this building could speak, the question is, would you listen or would you run?